No, I was never optimistic. In America, optimism is not recommended. But I mean, hey, we'll live another day.
So you think that she may not win because she's a black woman?
Oh, she definitely won't win because she's a black woman.
Well, the watch party is just starting, so there's only a few people here so far. I think the mood is apprehensive. You know, we're in DC, just 5 minutes away from where Kamala Harris is watching the results. And I'm actually with two people who voted in the election, if you want to come in. This is Bella and Taylor. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win the election tonight?
I honestly have no idea. This is one of the closest elections we have had in years, maybe even this decade. So very, very close. We're depending on those swing states, and I'm really excited to see what happens.
What do you think?
I would also agree with that. We have literally no idea, and we are just so excited because I think the polls close 7:30 most places, so we are excited to find out soon.
And have you guys voted yet?
Yes, we have. We actually submitted absentees, as I'm from Florida. She's from North Carolina. Submitted those a little bit ago and excited to see what happens.
So you're more excited than apprehensive?
I am, actually. I'm excited to see where our country goes, you know, dependent on whoever candidate it is. I'm excited to see what they do with our country.
Okay. And one of the key groups in this election campaign has been black men. More black men have been voting for Donald Trump, according to opinion polls. And I'm actually with someone tonight, a Donald Trump voter who is a black man. I wanted to ask you, why are you supporting Donald Trump?
I've usually been very liberal leaning, but I think maybe in the last few years, woke culture has alienated certain black men, and black men are very pro-family. We're very intuitive, and we know when we're being pandered to for votes. I feel like we were chosen last to be spoken to in Kamala's election, and we know that she made a name for herself in her career, contributing to mass incarceration.
The Democrats say that Donald Trump is racist. What do you think about that?
I've never seen evidence that Donald Trump is a racist.
And why do you think so many black men are supporting Trump this time around?
I think black men are saying enough is enough with woke culture, and we don't feel like our voice is being heard, even from Democrats. So yeah, it's time to get our voice heard, and a vote for Trump is just our way of saying enough is enough.
And why have you changed your mind? You used to be a Democrat. I think you voted for Barack Obama. What's changed in your view?
Mass incarceration is my number one issue.
So Donald Trump obviously passed criminal justice reform. You support him on that issue.
I do.
And what do you make of Kamala Harris as a politician?
I don't know what Kamala Harris stands for as a politician. She's very inauthentic, and she panders to everyone. And I feel like black men are very intuitive. It's really easy to tell when someone won't take a stance.
And do you think that they could swing the election for Donald Trump tonight?
I hope so.
I'm here with Michelle. She is from the Maryland Democrats. And Michelle, we just saw there that Donald Trump has won the state of Florida. He's done very well there. Does that worry you?
No, I think we're pretty strong in other states. So we had a really great team at the Maryland Democratic Party, and she had so many volunteers throughout the country. So I think we're good. I think we'll be okay. Yeah.
A lot of the early voting data shows the Republicans are doing very well compared to this time in 2020. At this point in the night, you're not nervous at all?
Well, I think I just have a really good feeling that Kamala Harris will win, and she really wants to unite all Americans. She wants everyone to feel heard. And after some of the comments about Hispanics too, especially I'm part Puerto Rican, so I think she'll be good. I think she'll win. Yeah, for sure.
What makes you so confident she's going to win?
I think she has a really strong message, for unity, protecting freedom, especially reproductive freedom, protecting democracy was a big one. And she also had a lot of Republicans endorse her as well. So, I think she has a really strong chance. Yeah.
It looks like that Donald Trump is winning independents in Georgia according to exit polls. Again, not a concern of yours?
Well, RFK did support Donald Trump, so I not surprised by that. She did spend a lot of time in Georgia and Pennsylvania and other swing states. So I think, I think she really used her time very effectively. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, there you have it. A Democrat organizer who is not concerned about this data coming in. She is very confident that Kamala Harris will win the election, despite some of the warning signs, perhaps, for the Democrats here in Washington, D.C. I'm here with two Kamala voters. Are you guys worried tonight? I mean, I know there's a lot of data coming in suggesting Donald Trump's doing well in some places. What are your thoughts?
Personally, it's still pretty early. We don't really know where the West Coast is because they're a few hours behind. I sort of just have faith that everything's just gonna, come together pretty smoothly. I kind of have no worries. I'm kind of just like smooth sailing. I'm kind of just letting things go the way they go.
And what do you think? I mean, Trump has done very well in some states, including Florida. He's carried that state by a very large margin. And lots of other places, data suggesting that he is doing better than he did in 2020. Are you concerned about that?
No, also it's still, early. We have a few other states that still have to come through, that are those battleground states where, it can go either way. And so, yeah, Florida went its way, but I think that it's still an opportunity for Kamala to win.
And are you confident that she is going to win tonight? And why do you guys support her?
So I'm confident. I think that she is someone who stands for equality. I think that she's someone who, is for everybody, just like her slogan says, for the people. I think that she's not trying to, tear anybody down. She's trying to build up America, and she has a plan to do it. And she's able to articulate that plan without bashing people or causing harm to others.
And I feel the same way. She definitely has a lot of policies that I believe that she can definitely appeal to a lot more in mass. And she is, I believe, to be more capable as a president and things of that nature.
But there have been a lot of black men this time round who are voting for Donald Trump. We actually spoke to one earlier tonight. And he said that he's tired of so-called woke policies. A lot of people have mentioned immigration. There's been a lot of illegal migration over the last 4 years. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think that these are, kind of like smoke and mirrors a little bit. I think that, yes, you're always going to have somebody who's going to vote for either side. And that's, of course, their right to do that. But these are not issues that are just happening in the past 4 years. These are issues that have been perpetuating throughout America's history. And also, I think that Congress has to also take accountability for some of these problems. It's not just the president who has to get this done. Congress also plays a role in all the policies that happen here. So if they're not doing their job either, the president can't move forward.
And do you think that the Democrats have gone too woke?
The idea of wokeness, I believe it's just in the sense of just appealing to all and not being discriminatory in a sense. And on the topic of immigration and things of that nature, we can take that back all the way back to the colonies in the sense of we've always been people who have come from abroad and made an influence on this country. And, those who have come here to sort of, put their stake into it, I believe everyone have the right to do that.
Why do you think so many black men are voting for Trump this time around?
Personally, I do believe that it can sort of be within the realm of this. Kamala would be our first woman president, and it definitely could, I guess, have a statement within that. And I'm not sure if people are willing to, I guess, black men in this case, are willing to just accept that. And I believe that there's always time to do new things.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, some interesting perspectives here in Washington, D.C. I'm here with two Democrat voters here in Washington, D.C. How do you guys feel tonight? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Definitely a little anxious. Yeah.
I would echo that sentiment. Yeah. Feeling slightly confident, but still well calibrated.
It looks like a lot of the data shows that Trump is winning in some states like Florida. He's had a significant lead there. There's also other data showing that he's doing very well in some swing states like Georgia and North Carolina. Are you concerned that he could win tonight?
I think there's always a concern. but I think that a lot of the states that he has already won in and that they've called for are states that have historically been predominantly red Republican states. So we knew that those are going to be Republican anyways. And in the election, that's what they were going to be called for. So I think it's really waiting on a lot of the swing states and a lot of the Western states that are predominantly blue Democratic states.
Yeah, there's still quite a few races to be called. Like, yes, North Carolina and Georgia seem to be leaning towards the Trump column, but these are going to be very tight races. It's going to be a while before they're called anyway.
And how would you feel if Donald Trump did win tonight?
I think I'd go home crying. I think it'd be very, very tough. I think it's the number one thing on voters' minds historically, right, or not historically, but right now is the state of democracy in the United States. And I think that's what's on our mind right now, too.
Would you be crying too?
I would certainly be devastated. I could not really stand the 4 years of the Trump presidency personally, and I don't want a repeat of that.
I'm here in Washington at a watch party. There's lots of Democrats here, and I have to say a lot of them are starting to go home, and there's a lot of sad faces downstairs. I'm with one of those voters now. How do you feel about the election results so far?
Honestly, I'm kind of bored. This is America, so oh my gosh, the black woman didn't win.
You're bored. Are you worried?
Worried about America?
About Trump winning?
No. It wouldn't be the first time a rich white man wins, so it's okay. It's gonna be the same as it always is.
And why do you think it looks like the race is going in his direction?
Oh, because of the economy and people don't know how it works. So they just vote for how their purse feels, and that's what we're seeing today.
Do you think that Kamala will win? Do you think she's got any chance at this point?
And she hasn't had a chance since Joe Biden stepped down. Honestly, in my opinion, she didn't have a chance. But, you know, she can put up a good fight, I guess. That's what we do.
You don't sound too optimistic.
No, I was never optimistic. In America, optimism is not recommended. But, I mean, hey, we'll live another day.
So you think that she may not win because she's a black woman?
Oh, she definitely won't win because she's a black woman.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.